Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and it is time once more for our weekly painting progress. And we made progress, which is good. Not as much as I would have liked, but now looking at my overall haul for this week, I guess it's actually a fairly sizable chunk. So let's get this show on the road. Unfortunately, it is still me flying solo for the moment. I was talking with my brother the other day, Mr. Percival Sparkletrout, and he was lamenting the fact that the urge to paint strikes him at the most inopportune times, and I think we've all been there. So hopefully we will send our positive vibes his way and encourage him to actually lift up that brush and actually do it rather than just talk about it. I did what I was going to say and set out. I was looking at my World War I Germans, and I was determined to paint one like a German Marine Sursa, the Boxer Rebellion. Now, it is not exactly the right helmet. I probably should have used one of the Bulldog heads from War Games Atlantic, but you know what? It's okay. It gets the job done. But I wanted to get that kind of vaguely grayish off-white that the Marines seem to have worn, and he is going to be perfect fighting his Kung Fu enemies. Yeah. This is probably the only time I'm ever going to get these Germans on the camera, too. Every time I sit down to try to work on them, I can't find the rest of them. These guys, they are not doing so hot in my house. But at least one of them's painted, right? I think he came out okay. What else we got? What other random stuff we have this week? It's pretty random. Let's stick to at least the actual physical kits. We've got a Zenith. What were they called? Yamaibushi? Or the Sohei. Like a Sohei boss monk guy. And with a very, very simple paint job. His face looks like he's some kind of Mordheim reject. I don't know what's going on with the deep set sunken eyes. I didn't do the best job. I'll be the first to admit, but you know what? It's just a very simple one. Plus, it was really rough, and I probably should have done more to clean that up. But I didn't. Sadly. It's alright, though. How does he scale with some of the 3D printed stuff? He's a little bit larger than a lot of the earlier Kensei stuff. Whenever I think of Kensei models, I tend to think of them being kind of small. They're way more, well, I guess they're not that small. They're way more like true scale, though. This guy seems a little bit more heroically proportioned than some of the other models that I have built and painted over the years. Man, I'm on a samurai binge. Speaking of samurai... Alright, this guy I'm going to have to fix up a little bit because I noticed some issues after checking him out in the flesh, and that's just one of those things that seems to happen every time after I go ahead and get things done. It's kind of sloppy, but it wasn't the best print job either. This is from Raging Heroes, and I keep wondering if and when we will see some more samurai stuff from them. I busted his scabbard, and I tried to fix it, so you'll notice it's kind of like zigzaggy there. I'm sure if I didn't point that out, nobody would see it. I gotta fix that face. I don't know what happened there on his chin. Did I paint his eyes? I don't even know. Maybe I did. And I'm super not happy with the actual armor plates. I feel like they're really, really sloppy. Again, I think that's more due to the print itself than the actual figure. I really had a hard time telling where the details were. And I was trying to emulate an older Legends of the Five Rings guy that I had laying around. I really liked the patterning that I did on that one. Actually, maybe I was just thinking about doing him up like this one dude from Bushido. I don't know. Something different. I think I was still on a bit of a Crab Clan kick after painting the one Titan Forge guy the other day. And because I'm not done exercising all of those samurai spirits out of my veins, something funky from Broken Anvil Minis. And they had these crane samurai. I thought that was quite different. And I tried to make sure that his claws did not match his shirt, but they do sort of. And I had to double check how the actual head looks. They have that red crest in between the eyes going down their back, whereas they have a black neck, and then the feathers towards the outer part of the wings are black, whereas the rest are white, and they have kind of a grayish black claws. It was way too much research for just a little random figure. And he did have a custom base, and I have absolutely no idea what I did with it. So he's just going to have to suck it up and hang out on a regular base for now. But I love the fact that I've got so... Whoa, what happened there? I've got so many distinct and unique samurai models, and I'm going to be totally busting them all out the next time I play Test of Honor. And nobody's going to have a single matching basic model. Be they printed, metal, resin, plastic, no duplicates on my table, thank you very much. And I'm figuring guys on bigger bases will just be the hero models. If it makes them an easier target, so be it. That's what they get for their crazy wide stances, right? Alright, what else we got? Another schoolgirl from March and Atelier. Because why not? I had to get many tips and corrections from family members about, no, that's not how you should do it, and so, oh well. With her friend. And I want to say there were versions that had cat ears, if that is something that interests you. So this is part of their Magical Girl Assault line of figures. I showed off one of the actual Assault Girls the other day. I still need to fix her hand, but that's okay. One of these days I'm going to get some more painted. And I know they actually have a Ignition Core, I think, was doing physical casts if you didn't want to go the 3D printing route. So, something to consider. Alright, what else we got? The other day, I was showing you guys those Bardic Beatdown models from Twin Goddess Minis. I actually had gotten some of Twin Goddess Minis figures finished up recently, but since the Kickstarter starts today, figured why not put a link to that as well. I forget what his name is. I want to say it was like Thodor the Dadbarian or something like that, but he's got a nice big dad belly. Did I go a little over the top with the Agrax Earthshade? 100%, but that's okay. I think from a distance he looks fine. So we had the dad, and I guess we'll have to have the mom as well. Wow. She has quite the Kingdom Death proportions and clothing. I thought this was amusing because they had a heavy-chested and more athletic version. I opted for the more athletic, reasonably chested version. I gave Sparklechild the big one. We'll see if he does anything with it. But that would require him to paint stuff, so... Now, most of their figures, they do the odd pin-up now and then, but I know most of their figures tend to be more tastefully clothed, but I enjoy the fact that both mom and dad are veering off into pinup territory here, so you can just hear those barbarian kids being embarrassed. But mom! Alright, next up is a model that has befuddled me for weeks now at this point. Could not figure out how to get him done, and that is Heart Kingdom Claude. Look at Claude. If he looks familiar to you, I don't know what to say because I've never seen anything like it before. And we certainly wouldn't want to piss off the powers that be that own said Heart Kingdom Claude, right? I only played the first one. And I mean, I beat it, but I wasn't really into it. To me, Claude here was the best part because he looked so stinking cool. Maybe Squall too, and the one-winged angel. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean? But yeah, kudos to the companies that have the cojones to go out and make models like this without wanting to incur the wrath of the powers that be. But I'm happy I got to print him. It's not like it's the first Claude that I've painted. And finally, because I really enjoyed our Lord Tangaroa the other week, we got a buddy for him to hang out with. And I don't remember his name, but he's totally not Typhus, is he? With those crazy spider claws going on. I liked this model. Somewhere, I'm pretty sure I already painted up a couple of the kind of Mordian Guard or whatever they were called with the big chainsaw staves that I absolutely messed up trying to get them to attach. I really like Typhus too. That was a model I enjoyed painting. In fact, I really enjoyed most of the Death Guard stuff that GW put out, but I don't have them anymore, and I don't know what happened to them. I'm assuming I sold them all or traded them off. But these Manus Mortis models that Atlan Forge is making have been a fine supplement. Obviously, they're inspired by them, but they're totally not exactly the same. I know last week, in fact, we just got a new kind of mortician apothecary type dude. We'll probably get him painted up. And he's a big guy. Tangaroa is still bigger, but of course he's still sitting here too. He was supposed to get taken back and touched up on some of those highlights, but yeah, that hasn't happened yet. Someday, eventually, when I have nothing better to do with my time, which I don't know when that will be, but I'll get to it. Maybe on vacation time. I know this week is going to be a very busy but very low-key week for me. We've got lots of stuff going on at work, but I have lots and lots of free time there too, so I'm going to be going on a model building spree. I've got a stack of plastic kits waiting to get built. So, not a bad haul overall. I think I should have some stuff next week. Hopefully, we will see more from my brother, who has been on a bit of a squat and cyberpunk kick, but he has yet to produce any results. Of course, I know he was also lamenting the fact that his printer, he's got an Ender 3 of some sort that has been giving him major hassles, and he has absolutely no idea how to keep it working. It'll start printing, and then it just decides to stop. If you guys have any suggestions on videos he can watch, channels he can check out, Discords, whatever the case may be, seriously, let me know so I can let him know, because he's like, he's threatening me that he's going to dump it on me, and I'm going to have to figure it out. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I've got my own stuff I got to worry about. But if I have to, I mean, I might as well start prepping, right? So if you guys are interested in any of these models, we'll have links down below. I guess I'll put the Twin Goddess minis, my mini factory page, but do check out their Bardic Beatdown. There's going to be some fun stuff there. Everybody else, their links are down below. Hopefully you find something you enjoy, and hopefully you guys are out there getting your stuff painted as well. I am trying to slowly but surely establish that hashtag weekly painting progress. So if you guys have been busy painting stuff as well, by all means throw that hashtag or tag me in there, because I love to see it. I don't get to see it enough. I feel like I'm just like living in a vacuum of my own stuff, but that is the life of doing stuff on YouTube these days. So yeah, I would love to check out what you guys have been up to. So with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and almost forgot you, lady. We'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.